You are listening to Animal Wise Radio.
Hi, this is Mike Fry, Executive Director at Animal Ark No-Kill Animal Shelter and host of Animal Wise Radio, inviting you to join me on a journey to a far-off place called Madagascar. In addition to being planet Earth's oldest and its fourth largest island, there are many fascinating things about this magical place. For starters, because the animals there have evolved in isolation for more than 65 million years, Madagascar is home to some very unusual species, about 80% of which can only be found there. The ecology of the island is very diverse, including dry tropical forests, scrubland, desert, a high central plateau, and thick tropical rainforest. The most dramatic of these forests can receive as much as 100 inches of rainfall annually. There are so many fascinating things about the island of Madagascar, I couldn't possibly mention them all. But probably the thing that I like most about this mysterious place is that it's the native land to one of my favorite species of animals. On anyone's list of the most unusual animals, Parson's chameleons should rank near the top. A flat growth on top of their head called a casque collects rainwater and allows it to flow into their mouths, so they rarely have to leave the trees of the rainforests to drink. Docile, slow-moving animals, Parson's chameleons also have a pretty dramatic way of capturing their food, a long projectile of a tongue which they can shoot a distance of nearly 3 feet. On the end of the tongue is a sticky muscle covered in mucus that allows them to grab large insects and even small birds, because Parson's chameleons are the largest of the Old World chameleons. They have long prehensile tails, feet with paired toes that allow them to grab branches, and eyes that move independently from each other that are mounted on bright orange turrets. The strange configuration of their eyes allows them to look all around without even moving their heads. Like other true chameleons, Parson's chameleons change their colors depending upon their mood, temperature, health status, and to communicate with other chameleons. A male Parson's chameleon wanting to attract a female might be bright cobalt blue with gray stripes and white lips. If stressed, he can turn black in a matter of seconds. An angry female can turn dark green with bright yellow spots. With all of these interesting characteristics, it should be pretty easy to see why I was fascinated by Parson's chameleons when I first learned about them about 30 years ago. I became even more fascinated with them when I learned that their survival as a species was in serious jeopardy. While Madagascar is a bright and magical place, it's an island under fire. The human population there is growing faster than any other area of the planet. In 1900, there was a strong and healthy human population of about 2 million. By 1975, the number of people living there had climbed to 7.6 million. By the start of 2007, there are nearly 20 million people living on the island, with about 45% of them under the age of 14. To support this exploding population of people, Madagascar's forests are being decimated. Old-growth rainforest is being cleared to grow food for humans. A recent survey of the island to count Parson's chameleons didn't find very many. In most places they went looking, they didn't even find forests, much less chameleons. In place of the forests, they found rice paddies. A handful of wild Parson's chameleons are hanging on in a few national parks and shade-grown coffee plantations. Their long-term survival, however, is far from certain. They are seriously at risk, along with countless other unique endemic species, as the human population of the island continues growing. And according to the most recent census, that human population growth is actually accelerating. What's going to happen to the plants and animals of the forests, deserts, and plateaus of Madagascar? If they disappear, what will happen to the people who live there? These are interesting questions that no one can answer. But as I watch the saga unfold from the comfortable safety of my home in Minnesota, I can't help but think and worry about one of my favorite species on the planet, the beautiful giant Parson's chameleon. And I hope and pray that we'll find some way of saving them along with their natural habitat. Animal Wise Radio is produced by Animal Ark No-Kill Animal Shelter. We're streaming, blogging, and podcasting at animalwiseradio.com, and we're proud to be part of Animal Radio Network.